So, who do we have here then? Hiya, I'm Dr. McDougall, and I am here to get you checked over after your recent experience. Yeah, I don't want to get into it if you don't want to talk about it. I can completely understand that. Alright, okay. Can I just get you to confirm your name for me first? Excellent. And what is your date of birth? You sort of hesitated there a wee bit. Have you had any memory problems? Right, you have. Oh, right, okay. It says here that it was what our investigative division called Species 8473. Right. 8473. And I can see from your face that there's been a little bit of, a residue after your experience, right? When did this happen? Do you remember when you were sleeping? Okay. And I know you've already gone through this, sorry. And do you know how long they took you away for? Right, yeah, it says here it was 10 days. How long did it feel though? Were you surprised when you found out that so much time had passed? Right. Some species, we don't know for sure, but we do think that there is an element of faster than light travel or close to the speed of light travel, and there is a time compression effect there. Yeah, so you're away for a night, but back here it was actually like 10 days or 2 weeks, or we've had some cases go as long as 2 years that we know of. So you're lucky you're not one of them. So overall, would you say that your physical health is back to normal? Close enough? Right, other than okay, well, we're going to have a look at that in a second. Are you needing some help from a counsellor? Or do you think it's... Right, no, we can talk about it if you want. It's fine. Like I said, I'm going to look you over. So let me, hang on a second, let me just get this. We'll have a wee look and have a wee chat about it, alright? So, yeah, it's been busy, you know. There's been a lot of activity lately. I don't know what's going on. Maybe some people say it's the end times, you know. To me, I don't know, maybe there's just like a... There we go. Just check those to make sure there's no holes. I just think maybe it's like it could just be like, for them, the equivalent of like a long weekend, you know, or March break or something, you know, like their kids are in school, so they decided to take a wee family trip to Earth and just pick up some samples or something, I don't know. But we're going to have a wee look and see. Can you just open your eye a wee bit wider? That's it. Right, hang on a second. I should have all this stuff on me, but I'm not as prepared as I'd like to think I am. Right, just open your eye. Alright, I'm just going to have a wee look at your eyeball. Looks good. Yeah. Species 8473 were obviously not that interested in your eyes. So your eyes look pretty good. What we're going to do is we're going to use the old-fashioned tweezers to get those. I don't even know what to call them. I have seen documented cases of like needles having been inserted into the skin like that. Forgive me, I'm just going to go for it. But not quite like this. And do you remember when this happened? Would you say it was deliberate, or was this like a reaction? Like maybe you were struggling and they, shot you with a bunch of needles. Looks like you were wrestling with a porcupine or something. Maybe that's what we should call them, because these numbers. Yeah. It's a wee bit odd to think that they would do that to you. Normally, when people come back, it's almost like there's a pattern, right? They do leave, obviously, psychological trauma, but they tend to remove all evidence, physical evidence, because I think my theory, right, is that they were worried about humans. Because they thought we were smart. And somewhere, maybe in the last 10 years or so, they decided, you know what, these humans are pretty dumb. They're pretty bloody stupid, to be honest. So they've just gotten a bit careless, like leaving needles in people's faces and things like that, Sorry, I'm with a patient, right? What are you looking for? An APR. Top drawer on the left-hand side. Yeah. Good luck. That's not good. An APR is anal probe remover. Poor bastard. Well, that's what I'm just saying. There was a time when all that stuff was taken out before the human was brought back. And now they're just... That's the fourth one this month. That's like... it's hard to imagine at this stage that maybe some of these aliens are just, it's getting beyond a joke. Like, I can't see I'm not an alien scientist. I am a scientist in my own way, but I find it hard to sort of rationalise why or what you could get from repeatedly using probes on people. Do you know what I mean? Like that. How much more information could they possibly find out? I mean, they just keep doing it and doing it. So I'm starting to wonder if it's maybe just a fetish at this point. Do you know what I mean? These aliens are just dirty bastards. Those particular, I don't want to tar all the aliens with the same brush, because a lot of them don't use anal probes. But I know him, and he always works with the same group, and it's hard to believe at this point that maybe just a wee bit of an unhealthy addiction there. Anyway, I'm babbling on there. Right, we've got some of them out, and I'm just going to check your eye again to make sure that as I extract the needles, that it isn't causing any swelling in your cornea or anything like that, alright? Okay, can you just look up for a wee second? How do your eyes feel? Do they feel a wee bit fuzzy? So where I'm taking the little needles out, it might be having an effect on the eyeball. Can you actually just have a thought? Just follow that for a second. I'm going to watch your eye go up. I'm going to watch your eye go down. I'm going to watch your eye go this way and this way. Up, down, left, right. There is a slight delay on that eye. Just a slight delay on that one. But I think overall we're alright. Can you just have a look just stare at my nose for a wee second? That's it, just keep looking at my nose. Right, I'm going to put the light back here. Right. There we go. Alright, I think you're okay. Excuse me. Wait a second here. Yeah, I'm just going to take a wee note of that. We can get you your follow-up to make sure that the eyeball is performing as we would hope. I'm sorry? No, thankfully. I've never had to experience anything like that myself. You know, I've often wondered that, because I'm in this line of work that I'm in this line of work that if I had experienced some of it myself, that maybe I would be better at my job. But the truth is, I think I'd be, oh God, these gloves. I've got an itch and I can't really itch with these gloves on, sorry. I think I wouldn't be that good at my job. I think, you know, I'd like to think I'd be better, but I know I wouldn't, because I'd be traumatised by it too. I'd be sitting here trying to help you whilst having flashbacks to my own alien abduction. I just kind of see that being helpful. So, yeah. So no, I've never had to. Well, it's not entirely true. Once, when there was oh God, what was it? It was a football game, but I don't know which one it was. But I know Rangers were. I think it was Rangers and Hearts in Edinburgh one year, ages ago, when I was wee. I was a teenager, I think, and there were these 3 Rangers fans that were trying to get back to Glasgow, I suppose, and I can only imagine that they spent all their money on booze, kebabs, whatever, souvenirs. I don't know what Rangers fans spend their money on, but apparently they don't spend them on train tickets. So they tried to get some money off me, which I didn't have any. So they cornered me in Waverley train station, and so they cornered me, and you know, between the fact that they were Rangers fans from Glasgow and they were drunk, it was indecipherable and it was unintelligible. I just couldn't figure out a word they were saying. They surrounded me, and I remember feeling that fear. I was helpless, panicking. There were these sort of creatures that were try to communicate with me in their own language, in their own way, and I do remember feeling the horrific sort of confusion and fear, and I can sort of, I keep thinking that must be what it was like for yourself, you know, plus the smell, of course, the smell, just, it was penetrating, it went right through me, you know. Yeah, I shudder to think about it, you know. I think that's, you know, the closest I've come to the trauma of an alien abduction. I know it's not quite the same thing. I don't want to minimise your experience at all, but definitely some parallels there. All right, I think we're looking pretty decent there. I'm gonna just check your eye again. Get the forensics people, the science labby people, the you know the ones in the white coats. I didn't wear a white coat. We'll get the ones with the white coats to come in and sweep this up, and they'll analyse it. But we'll see. You never know. It might have some genetic code in there that they can decipher and show us where their homeworld is. I doubt they were that careless, though, that smart. Personally, I just don't think they care about. They might troll us. They might hide the location of their planet in the genetic code and a marker and a message, but it turns out to be like their enemy's planet, you know, something like. Because that's what I'd do. That's probably what I'd do. Just for a laugh, you know. Right, but they know we're not capable of interstellar travel just yet, to go and like nuke them or whatever. Right, that's good. That's looking good. The swelling around your eyes has gone down a wee bit as well. Pretty happy with that, actually. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's get a wee listen. This might be a wee bit cold, although, yep. It's funny how doctors always, not always, but often prepare you, oh, it might be a wee bit cold, like that's a big deal after what you've been through. No. Slightly elevated. I don't know if that's because of me telling you my story. Right, I'm taking the gloves off now. It's getting beyond a joke now. You can think yourself lucky though. All just to do with the anal probe remover. I am just delighted that we don't have to deal with that for you. That would not be a good way to return to Earth, having to extract things that should never have been in there in the first place, right? Do you know what I mean? Makes you wonder. The galaxy is a pretty ridiculous place, perhaps. I mean, we've got comedians who think up crazy scenarios here on Earth. I mean, they must have the same. So maybe our people are just a silly joke to them. Either way, it doesn't matter. You're home now. you're healthy. You look fine, other than a wee bit of swelling from those alien porcupine needles. Other than that, you are fine. So we're going to let you go. And if you develop any more issues, or if we'll get you in for your eye, because you did look like you have a bit of a dodgy eye there, just a wee bit of a dodgy eye. Aye. And if it looks as though might be something in there, we can sort that out. But I think you're fine. I think you'll be fine. Now you stay away from fields at 2 o'clock in the morning. Walking down, just because if you're an insomniac and you can't sleep, go on the internet and watch some AMSR, whatever the hell it is. Watch the videos, right? They'll help you sleep. Then you go wandering down out in the fields at like 2 o'clock in the morning. You're just asking for a flying saucer to come get you. Right? I tell everybody this, by the way, it's not just you. Because there's a pattern, trust me. Now, you going to be alright? Good. Alright. I'll catch you later. I'll see you in a couple of weeks for a follow-up. Other than that, you look after yourself, and see you later.